So, something I kind of want to do, if I can do it, or if I am ready to. When I do talk about certain types, I want to sort of only talk about. Well, first I want to talk about the types that are misrepresented and not talked about as much as they should be talked about. I did a video on ESTJs a while ago. If you want to check that out, I'll leave a link in the description. Um, guess it was pretty decent one. I think I did a pretty good job on it, compared to how bad I could have done. Um, so in this one, I want to talk about ISFJs because I really think that's a type that people are not talking about enough, or just simply don't talk about enough. So where do I start with them? I'm trying to think. Well, for ISFJs, for as far as how I feel about them, that's a type that I really admire. I say, basically, um, basically at their best, it's like impossible not to be able to get along with them because they're such. It's just the way they are. They're such good-natured people. Naturally, they are. They're very accommodating people. I feel like ISFJs, they may be like the best person to be in a relationship with. They make the best partners in some cases, depending on what you look for in a partner. But that's just how they operate. They like, depending on what role they are playing in someone's life, they basically they basically would do the best job at it. As opposed to other types. Like, for instance, if the ISFJ is in your life, and to them, I mean, to you, they are your mom or something like that, they're going to be the best mother. Like, basically, ISFJs make the best parents, They do. They make the best parents, pretty much. But yeah, whoever they are to you in your life, they're going to be the best at, typically, if they're healthy, of course. But, actually, yeah, my uncle is actually an ISFJ. I'm pretty sure about that. I don't really, but I'm from what I heard, I think he might be watching this. But if you're watching this, because I think he came across my YouTube channel. So if you're watching this, you might be watching. My uncle might be watching this, but he's an ISFJ. They're good people, man. One thing I say though is they're very misunderstood too, amongst, like, I mean, I want to try to destroy the whole sensor bias. Like, they make sense to seem like they're like less intelligent, and sensing means simple. That's what you guys think sensing stands for, apparently. And what do you guys think intuitive stands for? I guess intuition stands for narcissism, because that's how a lot of these people who either they're not intuitives, they think they are, or they are intuitives, or they're severely unhealthy. And apparently, N stands for narcissism, not intuition, based on how people act. But I really want to destroy the whole sensor bias. I don't want any biases. I want every type to be not treated, but I just want to clear up false stuff. I don't want really any type. You know what I mean? Every type is good or bad, depending on the person. Let's put it like that. Types are not just going to be stupid. People make it seem like senses are so stupid. So they throw all the I'm misunderstood and it's deeper than that type of stuff onto the INFJs. But ISFJs are just as deep and as misunderstood as INFJs. They just happen to give off an impression that you have them figured out. I feel like, yeah, definitely ISFJs. Excuse me. I just ate something, so I'm kind of got some little, sort of burping a little bit. But ISFJs are sort of misunderstood, and they are like, you look at them and you think you got them figured out, but there's like more to them once you get to know them and stuff like that. They're pretty private people too. For the most part, they're very easy to get along with. Only time an ISFJ is hard to get along with is when, like, say if a authority, somebody in charge of them, or if they are looking at an authority figure, they can be gullible when it comes to authority figures. That's one thing that can be bad about ISFJ. That's the only time they're hard to get along with. They don't even have to be in authority over the ISFJ. If they see them and that's an authority figure, even if they're on equal status as far as authority, they can still be kind of gullible to it. When it comes to authority figure, that's a flaw for them. And also, if they are if they have unresolved emotions and stuff like that, that's when they can be a-holes. But other than that, man, it's I really admire them because ISFJs, they can go through very horrible things and they can really deal with them well, and they can stay sane. They won't go crazy over it. I feel like they have I feel like SI, it's like that SI in them. It gives off this aura of sort of stability. That's what SI feels. That's the vibe. That's why I explain. That's the way I would explain SI. SI, it feels very stable and grounded and stuff like that. Then they got that FE, and with the FE, they're very accommodating people, easy to get along with, very giving people. Sometimes they're worried about they're worried so much about others' well-being that they forget about their own well-being, which can turn bad. They forget to take care of themselves and stuff like that because they're trying to take care of everybody else. It's like that, that's just a good person. How can you say how can you call them a bad person? That they have a need to be needed. That's what that's what ISFJ, they need to be needed. They like helping people. Makes them feel good to help people. That's really one of the main things about ISFJs. So, but what I want to talk about, I hope you still see me, but what I want to talk about is the ISFJs that there's a type of ISFJ out there that does not look like ISFJ. It's mostly in the male ones. They look like thinkers and stuff like that. That's because the way they express their emotions, it sort of looks like how a lot of times ISFJs, these types of ISFJs are often mistaken as ISTPs, stuff like that. Maybe ESTJs, because a lot of the male roles that ISFJ associate, a lot of them roles that the ISFJ associates with being a male, it kind of relates to ISTP. So, it's not like they're trying to be like ISTP, but it's just how in their opinion, that's what the roles of a male looks like. It happens to look like what an ISTP does a lot. So they sort of act like ISTPs, and they can be easily mistaken as ISTPs. I feel like, people catch on to that, and they still kind of get it wrong with typing people. I've seen people type Wolverine as ISFJ and stuff like that. No, he's not. I mean, I see where they're going with that, but because there are ISFJs that look like that, you know what I mean? That's an example. Wolverine looks exactly like not exactly, but he looks a lot like some ISFJs, but it's subtle differences and stuff like that. It's just the thought patterns are not the same. They have that tertiary introvert thinking that probably plays a lot into it, but yeah, let me go on some shows. I'm gonna look up some, get some pictures. Okay, so for instance, one ISFJ. So you got those types of ISFJs when it comes to male ISFJs, and then you have the ISFJs. You can just, that's pretty obvious. The stereotypical ISFJ, right? Pretty obvious to tell they are ISFJs. Example of the typical ISFJ. Is Forrest Gump. A long time ago, this was before I actually was into functions. Hope you guys still see me. But I typed Forrest Gump along. This is before I knew too much about functions. I actually typed, this is one I got wrong a long time ago. I typed Forrest Gump as an INFJ. That's because he looks a lot like a lot of INFJs, but when it comes to his functions, they're too closely related types. When it comes to, the whole movie, but then there was something I completely missed just from not being in the functions yet, is that the whole movie is about SI. So I don't know how I missed that, but that was a long time ago. I realized that because I commented that in a group, ICP group, and somebody was like, I think he's an ESFJ. I'm like, oh, he's not an extrovert. I could tell you that, but dude's an ISFJ. Yeah. ISFJs, well, the way that I like to describe them, they're like retired badasses or something like that. It's like they have something they were used to, they were really good at, but they kind of, they're done with it, and now they're just being good citizens and stuff like that, or they have a family now. They like that dude, like that. Ideally, it's like your dad that used to be like you brag about your dad or something like that. Well, my dad used to be, used to do this, It's like they usually have something amazing that they used to do in their background. Let's put it like that. But they're so humble and stuff like that. They won't really bring it up too much. So modest about it. But yeah, Forrest Gump, right here. He's an ISFJ. Okay, yeah. Whole movie's based around SI, but at the same time, you're not an introvert. ISFJs have a lot of friends and stuff like that. INFJs and ISFJs are the extroverts. Or the introverts that have a lot of friends. Or can have a lot of friends, but not always the case, of course. But okay, so that's a typical one. All right, what's another one? Another typical ISFJ. What's his name? Yeah, Bill on King. Yeah, this is another one, another obvious one. He's kind of he's a little too submissive of an ISFJ. He's not very balanced. He's too submissive. He's not a balanced ISFJ. He's an example of, ever watch King of the Hill? He's an ISFJ, Not very balanced, though. He's a little too submissive, kind of a pushover. That's not true about all ISFJs, of course, but, okay. Those are the typical ISFJs. Okay, so, now let me talk about some ISFJs. People are going to try to tell me that these are not ISFJs, probably, more than likely. That's if, they might not, but probably. But these are some of the ISFJs I was talking about that look like thinkers. People think they're thinkers and stuff like that, but they're not. Okay, where do I start? Anybody watching this show? This dude is an ISFJ, but people are going to be like, oh, no, he's a thinker. He's an INFJ. All right. No, that's not what I'm looking for. No. Excuse me, guys. All right. So, here's an ISFJ. You guys watch the Legends of Tomorrow? The thing is, like, okay, with these types of ISFJs, you do not know what the type is. Like, you kind of think, like, are they a thinker? But then you, like, think about it, it's like, wait a minute, there's just something off about them. They can't be. It's like, I kind of want to say they're a thinker, but there's something off about them. That's because the way they express their emotions, it kind of could look like ISTP or something, but this guy right here is an ISFJ. Heatwave, he's an ISFJ. Why? Because, like, the whole reason he is there in the first place on Legend of Tomorrow, like, he complains and stuff like that. He kind of acts like he doesn't care about anybody. That's how they hide their extroverted feeling. These ISFJs that are like this, they tend to be weathered. I call it weathered, like they've been through a lot. They can kind of come off as bad guys almost sometimes, but not really. Like, they kind of seem like mean people, but they're really the nicest people you'll know once you get to know them. Heatwave is kind of AO, but that's just because that's how that's what I'm talking about with ISFJs. If they have negative, unresolved emotions and stuff like that, and a lot of negative emotions, that's when they act like a-hole. This is why Heatwave is an a-hole. He just has negative, unresolved emotions. That's extroverted feeling. That's his extroverted feeling. Now, Captain Cold, if you guys want to know what his type is, he's an ISTP. ISTP villain, I say. He's an a-hole. But he's cool. I like him as a villain. He's an ISTP villain. Heatwave and wait a minute. But yeah, that's because that's how he feels. Like, the way he acts, that's his mood. That's his mood. ISFJs, they kind of are moody, sort of moody. Not like, they're not the moodiest type. Well, I don't know. Yeah, they are kind of moody, but that's just his mood. That's the mood he's in. That's why he acts like that. You see this, like this attitude and stuff like that's because that's what the mood. That's the mood he's in. It's not like he's a thinker. People might mistake it as that. Okay. I just remembered another example of a sort of a typical ISFJ. Another thing about ISFJ, they have this masculine energy. Now, they tend to do it, not always, but they kind of have this thing about this aura of masculinity. If they are men, if they are women, they have this aura of femininity that is very, in your face, sort of. What's this? Okay. I'm typing with one hand, so I'm typing slow as hell, but whatever. This dude, man. You guys watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Mac, right here, ISFJ. He's one of the more obvious ISFJs. Him and also Luke Cage, ISFJ. Oh yeah, now that I think about it, I should do a whole video on typing them. Everybody on the show. But I'll get to that. I don't want to make this too long because I don't know if you guys want to watch an hour-long video, but I don't know, maybe you might want to, but whatever. He's one of the typical ones. They have this thing that kind of can be like loners almost. That's what the kind of vibe it gives off. They're looking for a place where they're needed. Like if they don't have a stable family at the moment or something like that, or if they haven't built a family yet, they kind of can wander around. And they just kind of find a place somewhere to help where they're helping out. That's what Heat Wave does. The same thing that Mac does, pretty much, as far as his motivations, why he's on the team. Same thing, man. People gonna try to disagree, but whatever. I don't care, man. Like that's what it is. See if I can think of some more. Say really push the stop button, but I'm just gonna merge these. But whatever. Okay, so Luke Cage. I mean, I'm showing the pictures because I guess some people into face typing and physiology typing. I mean, there's no one method to type people really. You just kind of gotta sort of play with it away, because people show you what they want to show you. Some people you can tell by their physiology. Some people you can tell by whatever. But just in case you guys are into some people on the internet, Luke Cage, ISFJ too. I meant to push the pause, but I actually pushed stop. Damn, that's messed up. But it might take a little longer to merge. But okay, moving on. Okay, so this is going to be a controversial one. Turn it back around, but I know this is going to probably be controversial. I've been saying this for a couple years now, and I'm still saying it. I mean, I've had enough time to go back and change my mind and stuff like that if I needed to. But I know for a fact this is true. All right, this is another ISFJ. Whether you guys want to believe it or not, Piccolo, ISFJ. He's one of those ones like Heat Wave. Also, another thing, just about SJs in general. SJs have been nicknamed Necessary Evil. Why SJs nicknamed Necessary Evil is because sometimes, like, you can first meet them, they seem kind of bad, like bad people. They can seem evil. That's because somebody in charge of them is evil and is telling them to do things that are evil. They're not questioning it. They're just doing it. Or either that, or in Piccolo's case, he was a villain at first, but that was I can't even talk about that because I don't remember. I didn't watch Dragon Ball like that, but I kind of know. I'm guessing it might have been. Well, was it because his father was a villain, or was it? I do know that Piccolo had a lot of bad experiences growing up because of the way he looked, and because he looked like his dad, people treated him bad and stuff like that. Yeah, people didn't treat him good. That's why Piccolo acts like that when he was younger. But the thing is, why is Piccolo there? You ever ask yourself, I mean, he might not look like ISFJ. Why is he there? He's there because he wants to help out. Piccolo is very submissive and he's very helpful. But yeah, he's an ISFJ, man. People try to type him as, oh, he's an INTJ. Oh, but it's like they're not even sure about it. They just kind of I can't think of nothing. Let me just guess, sort of thing. So Piccolo's an ISFJ though. The way he looks after, he's sort of when he's sitting back. Wait a minute. Look at this. You know when you see Piccolo doing this, you know what he's doing right there? He's using his FE actually. He looks like he's not using his FE, but he's hiding his FE. He's actually he has super hearing and stuff like that. He's always listening to people talk. Like you see him when they show what he's thinking and stuff like that. He's listening to what people are saying. And he's looking at their needs. That's what ISFJs do. They quietly sort of pay attention to everybody's needs around them. A lot of times they do it quietly. You don't even think they're paying attention sometimes, but they are. Yeah. That's what they do. That's what Piccolo does. Yeah, that's small, but yeah. He does that a lot. Well, how do I know this? First of all, when you look at him talk, you could, that's FE when he's talking about what other people are doing, or he's looking at. Sometimes he looks at Vegeta and he's like, why is Vegeta's why is his fist clenched up and stuff like that? Why is he showing so much aggression towards this person? And he starts to think about it. This is introverted thinking. And also like, and when Gohan, every single, if you watch Dragon Ball Z, every single time Gohan is about something, he's in trouble or something like that. That's his soft spot. Gohan. He looks at the Gohan. I say that's the person that he gets along with the best on the show is Gohan. He looked at him. He's kind of like his son, in a way. But yeah, Piccolo. He's always there when Gohan is in trouble, and he does anything to save him. Like he risks his own life, even stuff like that. Because like look right here. I don't know if you guys remember this part. He was saving Gohan. He's saved Gohan multiple times. What does Gohan say? Gohan is an INFJ, just so you guys know. But anyways, yeah. People trying to type him as wrong type, basically, because they don't understand this. They don't understand ISFJs. They try to write them off as simple. And they're not that simple, necessarily. They just, sort of misunderstood type. All right, what was I going to do? I was going to do something else, but I forgot. I was going to talk about something else. Okay, guys, so this is another one too, and some of these people with the not NT bias, but the intuitive bias are not going to like this. But what do you guys want to believe it or not? This dude is an ISFJ too. I mean, it seems like it's funny how like these people with intuitive bias, they like, oh, sensors are more common than intuitives. Intuitives are rare. But when it comes to typing people, like passive typing, they want to type everybody they like as intuitive. If you guys are so rare, why does everybody have to be an intuitive that you like? You know what I mean? Or they'll type somebody as a sensor they don't really care about. Oh, he's a sensor. Or if they don't like the person, they'll type him as intuitive. But anyways, here's an ISFJ that you guys might not be a fan of this dude being it, but Superman, ISFJ. Sorry to break it to you. Everybody you like is not going to be, I guess. But anyways. Yeah, Superman is definitely ISFJ. Only other acceptable type for Superman is going to be ESFJ or something like that. That's what what is he doing all the time? All he's really, most of what he does throughout the day, he's listening to everybody, like he's paying attention to everybody's needs and stuff like that. The hell, what is this? I don't know what comic book that was. Yeah, that's some weird, whatever. I'm not homophobic, but seeing two dudes kiss it look weird to me because I'm not used to looking at dudes kiss and stuff. So, and especially Batman and Superman, why are they kissing? Like, I don't know what comic that is, but yeah, Superman ISFJ. He pays attention to people's needs. He uses super, so like Piccolo, man, like he uses super senses and stuff like that to pay attention to others' needs. I think that's most of what I wanted to talk about with ISFJs. Are there any other people that think of that I've typed as ISFJ? I can't really think right now. I don't know. So basically, what is this? Oh, it is playing. But yeah, I think that's it, man. If I think of anything else, I'm probably going to just do a whole nother video, add on to this whole thing of videos, I guess. I mean, I'm going to have to merge these two, unfortunately, because I accidentally put stop. But, yeah, ISFJs. Is that it? The necessary evils. SJs, or necessary evils. Who made that nickname up? I think it was, I don't know who made it up, but I heard it's on a website called Zombies Ruin Everything. Zombies Ruin Everything. They called them the necessary evils, I think, on there. Or was it either that or the guy that made the website? Yeah, or the YouTube channel. The dude said it. I don't know who made that up. He might have made it up. I don't really know, but that's where I heard it. And it makes a lot of sense. The dude is INTP. Yeah. So, I think that's it, man. I keep feeling like I'm leaving something out, but I don't think I am. All right, see ya. This is all the truth, man. Like, it might, even if it sounds crazy to you, whatever, I just tell it like it is. And I'm pretty, and it's not biased. So, like, a lot of people are biased, and sometimes people are just disagreeable in the comment section just to be disagreeable. They don't even know if they're right or not. I mean, I catch that. I'm not stupid. I know people do that. Like, they just want to disagree just because, just to be disagreeable for no reason. A lot of times, not everybody. I'm not talking about everybody. Don't get butthurt. I mean, I know sometimes people genuinely disagree, but sometimes people disagree and they don't even have enough information to even say they disagree. So they, you figure it out because you start to talk to them and you bring up too many good facts. They start to just backtrack. Oh, wait a minute, never mind. And like, why did you like? Well, not always, but they still try to keep up with it, even though they're wrong. Like, I don't understand that. But anyways, see you. Oh shit.